Hi guys, thank you for watching my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Pluto in the 11th house. So first, what is Pluto? Good old Pluto. Pluto is the parts of us in regards to death, control, obsession, passion, jealousy, primal wounds and pains, raw sexuality and sensuality, transformation, rebirth, being in limbo, paranoia. It's self-refinement, the urge to penetrate to the core of experience, other people's resources. Basically, whatever Pluto touches, it adds intensity, intrigue, and it is an unconscious planet. It basically cleanses and regenerates through drawing our hidden wounded side to the surface. And how it does that is often very uncomfortable, and it adds, it can add trials and tribulations to our life, but with the intention of eventually bringing us more healing and freedom in our lives. What is the 11th house? The 11th house is the house of groups, of friends. It's the house of hopes, goals, wishes, and objectives. This is the house of humanitarianism or of political groups. It's where the collective group works as a whole unit. Kind of where we could say or believe that all of humanity is one, that we are one with each other, that we are one with the earth. The 11th house is where we really transcend beyond ourselves to become something greater than ourselves. I was reading a book, and it described us like each of us are particles of the sun, and the sun kind of being like the one divine force, and that each of us is unique, yet we can't function without the other in to achieve the whole purpose, which is sunlight, right? So we're each little particles, and together we make up the whole of the light and love of life. And I really love that. That's stuck with me, and that's kind of how I think of the 11th house. It's the capacity to imagine possibilities and bring them to fruition in life. It's also how we view the future, how we're able to look into the future and imagine, positive outcomes, or imagine a dream, or how we want to achieve something. It's how we can manifest positive changes within our lives. Before I begin this video, I also wanted to remind everyone that talking about Pluto, I know I'm almost through my Pluto series. I just wanted to say that there is no one aspect that defines us, and that we really have to look at the whole chart to really understand a human being or our traits, and that astrology in general is describing energies and potentials that are within us that we are learning how to deal with. My intentions is always to bring a higher consciousness and awareness, as well as encouragement through these videos. It is never meant to discourage anyone. So I just wanted to start there and let you guys know that I just want you to take what speaks to you, and if anything doesn't, you can just release that. And let's begin. Pluto in the 11th. You are someone who has a strong urge and need to belong within a system or a group. And this is something where when you are in a group situation, this may be hard for you. You may be someone who doesn't feel comfortable in group situations. Group situations may bring out complexes within you, or sensitivities, or trigger some kind of deeper wound that you carry within yourself. You could feel like an outcast. You may have struggled growing up where you felt that you never really fit in to a group of kids, or it was hard for you to make friends. You may have been bullied. You may have felt ridiculed or left out of situations. And this could have been a very traumatic experience for you. With more awareness and maturity, group settings can have the potential to really heal and help you work through your triggers and insecurities in the moment. Real healing and growth can be found here. And despite your feelings about group settings and feeling like an outcast, group settings actually really fascinate you. And you have a gift in really being able to analyze how people respond and behave within a group settings. And through this analyzing, you also are able to really learn a lot about yourself in the process. Although some of you may be extremely uncomfortable in group settings, others of you with Pluto in the 11th may actually thrive within a group, such as those that are radical groups that may be secret or hidden, that may to the outside seem rebellious or controversial. This is where you may actually be attracted to these kind of breaking the rules kind of groups or organizations, where, you know, it might not always be radical or rebellious. You may also be involved in psychological or psychology related groups where you could go and help people with mental illnesses or related traumas, as well as philosophy. However, there could also be a real attraction to, you know, joining some kind of gang or some kind of dangerous group, something where there's a real adrenaline rush, or that maybe is hidden from society or from even within your own family or other associations within your life. Because Pluto is placed here on a lower vibration, depending on how your Pluto is aspected, you may at certain points in your life, due to the experiences that you've had within group scenarios that were negative, actually join a group with the intention to undermine that group or to sabotage that group. Another area in life where you may experience deep transformations with Pluto in the 11th is through your friendships. You are someone who will have very deep, intense, and meaningful friendships throughout your life. Some of them may last through the tests of time, through change and crises, and just truly be strong, meaningful bonds. Others of you may experience friendships where you experience some kind of betrayal or deception, where there is a traumatic experience related with friendship moving forward. You are also someone who is attracted to friends of a very intense, powerful, mysterious type people. You are basically Plutonic type friends. Those are the kind of friends that you may be attracted to, or your friends may end up bringing more Plutonic type traits by almost like projecting them onto you. So you are the person, through your friendships, you become more Plutonic yourself. Kind of, you know, you may be more compulsive or obsessive in friendships where normally you may not behave that way. Within these intense friendships, you may experience control issues or power dynamics, as well as strong sexual undercurrents within your friendships or your friend groups. Maybe you are someone who is okay with having a friend with benefits, although these friendships can kind of change and evolve over time. Or there could be just power struggles amongst friends. as well as fallouts and then possible reconciliations with certain friends or friends groups throughout your life. In a worst case scenario, you may have experienced the loss or death of a friend. Another area where you may experience deep transformation and changes within your life with Pluto in the 11th is within your goals and dreams. You may be someone who, constantly asks yourself, where do you fit into the larger picture of life? You may have started out with an obsession or a goal that you spent a lot of time and effort trying to achieve, but ultimately you decided that that wasn't the goal or dream that you wanted, and you could have created a new dream or goal. And there may be, especially starting out, kind of extreme changes within your goals in life as well as your dreams. If your Pluto is poorly aspected, there may be a real struggle to, fit into any kind of collective within life, or to find what your dream or goals are. You could have struggled, trying to fit in at all, or feeling any sense of type of belonging. And this may have left you feeling isolated and lonely. Sometimes with Pluto in the 11th, because the 11th house is how we look into the future, and we can imagine positive outcomes or see a positive future. With Pluto here, there can be an issue, especially with an afflicted Pluto, where you look into the future and instead of seeing happiness, you see something negative or some kind of destruction or some kind of doom impending that you are going to need to face. And it will take time, awareness, and maturity to really try and overcome this negative type of mentality and thinking. Pluto in the 11th. I would like to conclude by saying that you are an extremely strong and important part of society with unique ideas, opinions, and individuality that the collective cannot live or function without. I really wanted to emphasize with Pluto here, it's trying to heal the wound or the lie that you don't belong. And that is not true, Pluto in the 11th. You absolutely do belong. And there are so many individuals out there who feel like you, who struggle or have anxiety in social situations, especially in group situations. And once you become more aware of why you went through these trials and tribulations, you can be an absolute advocate and pillar of strength and companion for those who are also struggling or starting out struggling in those kind of situations. You are extremely observative, and with your skills in understanding group dynamics by kind of being on the outside and watching for so long, you have the opportunity to reach out to others that are struggling. And that is really where your strength lies, in knowing that truly the collective, if we really believe that we are all one within the universe, we can never truly be one when all of us aren't really functioning together. So there is always a place for you. There is always a place for everyone. And we don't all look the same, and we don't all act the same, and we don't all think the same, and that is a-okay. And that is the ultimate lesson here, I feel, on a deeper level. And that is something where you can truly be a counselor, be a healer, be someone of great influence on others. And you do belong. You absolutely belong, and you are the puzzle piece that we need to be complete as a whole. So that is my interpretation of Pluto in the 11th house. I hope that you guys found this helpful. If you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe, and as well as send me comments and let me know what your personal experiences have been with Pluto in the 11th. And I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you so much. Bye. In case you guys were wondering why there's chirping in the background, I wanted to share and show you my little baby. Yes, I have chickens in the kitchen right now. It's too cold for them outside, so they're chilling inside. Say hi.